our objective today, students will be able to name the sides of right triangles and justify their responses verbally, okay? So I know we've done a little bit of this. We've talked about leg, hypotenuse, right? For Pythagorean theorem, but we're about to start talking about trigonometry, okay? So instead of leg, we're going to be talking about opposite and adjacent, okay? So a couple of notes I need you to take before we do this activity. Draw a triangle, a right triangle, in your notebook, okay? So a right triangle has the square. So this sign, okay, this symbol, we call this symbol theta. Theta. Can you say that?
Theta.
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 Yeah. Okay. And this just tells us like what angle we're talking about. Okay, so here's angle theta. Okay, so this is the angle we're talking about. And that tells us where our opposite and adjacent sides are. Okay, so opposite of angle theta, here, opposite this angle, is the opposite side. So this side would be opposite. Okay, we remember the word opposite, what opposite means?
The other side.
Okay, so in this instance, it's the other side. But opposite are two completely different things, right?
Right.
Left and right are opposites, right? Derecha, izquierda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, left and right. So opposite. So opposite of theta is the opposite side, okay? Do we know what adjacent means? Adjacent?
It is next to it.
Next to, exactly, next to. So the side that is next to theta is your adjacent side. Okay? And we should always know that the hypotenuse is the side across from the 90-degree angle, right? So here is your hypotenuse, okay? So you have to know this to be able to do trigonometry, okay? That's like the first step in setting up any trig function, is saying opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse, okay? So let's just practice a couple. We'll draw a couple. Okay, so what do we call this?
Theta.
Theta, good, okay. So what is this side?
Hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse, how do you know?
Position from right.
Okay, good, it's across from the right angle.
Yeah.
Okay, what is this side?
Opposite.
Adjacent.
No, adjacent is next to.
Which one? And because it's next to,
Oh yeah.
right?
Right.
You see, so it's not the same here because theta moved,
Yeah.
right? So now this side is the adjacent.
Jason.
Good, and over here, this opposite. Okay. So, questions? No? You ready for our activity?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, I'm gonna give each one of you a card. Okay? And we're gonna do what's called quiz trade. Okay? Quiz trade. Right?
What does that mean?
So, I'll explain. So say me and Fernando, we both have cards, right? I'm gonna show him my card, okay? And he's going to tell me side X is the, and I wrote this sentence stem up here for you. Side X is the,
Opposite.
so here it's the opposite, okay? Because, why? Do you know?
Because is across from theta.
Okay,
Angle.
good. So that's exactly what this says. Side x is opposite because it is opposite of theta, or it is across from theta.
Yeah.
Okay, so your answer here could be multiple things, right? Like you could say hypotenuse because it's the longest quiz trade with at least 3 people. Okay, all right.
Yours is adjacent because it's ¿cómo se dice la? Yeah, no, across. No, not across. ¿Cómo se dice?
Then you were right.
It's like a separate.
You were right.
Okay, you correct.
Yeah. That's the opposite side. Because it's across from the theta angle. Right. Trade it. Are you guys dumb?
Yours is adjacent.
Do I have to go first?
Side X.
Alright, that's the opposite side because it's next to
It is
the
adjacent
theta
because
angle.
it's next to
What is
theta.
the opposite side?
Is it next to the?
Yeah, it's the
But it's
opposite
next to
side.
theta, right?
Yes.
No,
What
but
is
it's
what
across the
what do they
So
call
it's
it?
Adjacent.
And your one is
Póngamela así. Ándale.
opposite.
Ándale.
That is
Because
opposite
it's-
side because
Yours is
it is the opposite
Um,
of
adjacent because
theta.
is
Trade.
Yours is because.
Trade.
Don't
favor me. It's my way.
It's
Come on.
opposite opposite because it's across the 90 degree.
Yours No.
Side X is
Adjacent.
because
Because it's
it's
next to theta.
next to a theta.
Yeah. That's the opposite side because it's across from the theta angle.
Yours
Is that right?
is
Right.
adjacent because it is next to theta.
Wow.
Adjacent. Because it's next to theta.
Side X is the hypotenuse
Oh.
But
because
it's next to theta, right?
it's the
So why is it not adjacent?
exactly. Congratulations.
I don't know.
That's adjacent side because it's next to the theta angle.
Okay, yours
Across
is
the
opposite because it is
Side X
close to the theta.
That's right. Trade.
Give me 5.
It is
Yo también ya hice
Adjacent.
Yeah.
because it's next to the
Theta.
theta.
Yeah.
Yes.
We finished,
Yeah,
miss.
so it is adjacent.
We done.
So this one, I was messing with you.
Yeah,
So
great.
I'm done.
it is next to, right? The hypotenuse is still next to. This is adjacent because it's next to theta.
But it's not.
What mean?
I said x, side x is adjacent because it is next to theta. Is that wrong? It's not right.
No.
But why?
Because
It is next to therapy but it
We know
is
that-
across in the triangle.
Exactly. Berenice, can you repeat that? What did she just say? Why is this